Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Do you know what a blister is? Let me show you. So this is a blister. This is actually from a dog model with what happens when a flea bites a dog. It's going to form a blister. But let's take a look at this real fast again so that we can see what an actual blister is. Recall that we went over that this is the epidermis here, that stratified squamous epithelium, and this is the dermis, that underlying dense, irregular connective tissue. Now, this epidermis here, the epithelial tissue, is anchored to this underlying connective tissue by something known as the basement membrane. And it's anchored to those collagen fibers underneath via hemidesmosomes, which you can see here. Now, what happens is if you create friction against this sort of epidermis here and you pull on it, you pull on it, you pull on it, what's going to happen is it's actually going to rip those hemidesmosomes anchoring that epidermis down. So what happens is the epidermis dissociates or comes detached from that underlying dermis. And so that is damage to the tissue. So your body says, we need help repairing it. And the blood vessels underneath, something known as papillary capillaries, which we can see right here, become incredibly leaky so that they can send stuff out and they can leak stuff out. And that's what that fluid is. It's called serum, and it contains a whole bunch of electrolytes and proteins to help the tissue repair itself. Right? So these capillaries are incredibly leaky during that repair process. So if you go ahead and you puncture that, you're just going to let a whole bunch of bacteria and foreign substance in that can now enter that blood vessel that is incredibly leaky. So I wouldn't do that. Now, if the blister fills with blood, it's because you actually punctured this underlying blood vessel here, and the blood cells, the red blood cells or erythrocytes, can actually enter that space. Now you know. Don't puncture your blisters. Later.